Ladies and gentlemen, Vidyaniketan Group of Institutions welcomes you to yet another season of India Insight. Envisioned by Mrs. Prema Rajagopal, the founder of this institution, way back in 2004, the objective ever since has been to enhance the knowledge of India and appreciate the diverse culture of this nation. As our young children take part from various corners of the world, over the last couple of years in the digital avatar, this contest has reached over 20,000 students across 10 countries. We at the Vidyaniketan Group of Institutions truly appreciate and acknowledge the support and patronage given to us by all the participating schools, their teachers and managements. Before we begin, it is our pleasure and privilege to invite a well-known educator and a passionate teacher from the Vidyaniketan Group of Institutions, a teacher who has grown to become the principal of this institution. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Miss Vasuma Achar.
Greeting to all my wonderful students and parents. India is a rich mine of culture that has evolved through thousands of years and is manifested in the form of arts, literature, traditions, linguistic expressions, artifacts, heritage sites and much more. Millions of people from all over the world participate in, enjoy and benefit from this cultural wealth by visiting India for tourism, purchasing Indian handicrafts, appreciating Indian classical literature, practicing yoga and meditation, being inspired by Indian philosophy and enjoying India's diverse music and art. It is this culture and natural wealth that truly make India incredible India. This is the India that the founder principal of Vidyaniketan Public School, Srimati Prema Rajagopal, always wanted the children to grow up in. With a certain belief, she conceptualized the initiative India Insight. Her thought into this project was straightforward. Her passion and enthusiasm were to instill the spirit of India in children by creating awareness of our beautiful country's history, tradition and ethos. The preservation and promotion of India's cultural wealth must be given high priority. Cultural awareness is one of the major components in the development of children because it is only through the development of strong sense and knowledge of their own cultural history, arts, languages and traditions that children can build a positive cultural identity, self-esteem and appreciate other cultures and identities. It is heartening to witness the number of initiatives by the Government of India like Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav to celebrate 75 years of progressive India and its glorious history, people, culture and achievements. This Mahotsav is dedicated to the people of India to materialize the Prime Minister's vision of igniting India 2.0 fueled by the spirit of Atmanirbhar Bharat. It is also encouraging to see initiatives like this being strongly promoted in the new education policy with a number of other programs to foster languages, art and culture in schools. Ek Bharat Shreshth Bharat being one of them. More than 100 destinations have been identified as a part of this project where educational institutions may send their students to study their social, political and cultural history and also their contributions to modern science. India Insight, an amazing rendezvous which started in 2004, is diversifying this year by providing various platforms for debating and painting. It goes without saying that these events will take you closer to the heart and soul of our country. The reason why children should participate in India Inside is loud and clear. But don't forget, what is equally important is how you contribute continually, consciously and work towards making a Shrestha Bharat a reality. So I hope all of you will participate in the events with enthusiasm and feel and understand the cultural heritage of our country. Thank you.
Before we progress any further, let us introduce you to your host, the young and charismatic Rashmi Furtado. An alumnus of the prestigious NITK Surathkal, she went on to become the only professional woman quiz host across Asia that she presently is. The co-founder of teachertribe.world, she has many a feather in her large hat. From co-hosting Tata Crucible to being the first woman to host a quiz show in Kuwait, she's also hosted programs in Singapore and Dubai. Business World rated her as 40 under 40 for content creators. She was also conferred the iconic woman for creating a better world for all from the Women Economic Forum. Time for us to get started. Please welcome your host, Miss Rashmi Furtado.
Hello everyone, a warm welcome to each and every one of you to the fourth semi-final of the India Inside quiz from the senior category, brought to you by Vidyaniketan Group of Institutions. India Inside started as a quiz many years ago and has today grown to become a larger event with a debate and drawing contest along with a quiz. Beautiful year for the growth with 75 years of Indian independence and 35 years of Vidyaniketan Group of Institutions. With me here today are four semi-finalists. This is the fourth semi-final, which means I have already identified four finalists who have made it to the world final. And today, in this fourth semi-final, we will identify the last finalist who will occupy and secure that slot in that world finale that's coming up. Let me introduce our semi-finalists to you and then we'll get cracking with the game. Our first semi-finalist for the day is Shashwat Mishra from Sunbeam School, Lahartara, Varanasi. Following Shashwat is Shriyansh Naidu from Krishna Public School, Raipur. Up next is Arnav Gowda from Base PU College, Bengaluru. And completing this lineup for us here today is Ayushman Dubey from Sunbeam School, Lahartara, Varanasi again. Alright ladies and gentlemen, let me quickly get into the rules of the game and then into the first round of our semi-final. Rules. I have 16 questions for you. All the 16 questions are on the buzzers. Single attempts per question only, multiple attempts are not allowed. Plus 75 if you get it right, minus 75 if you get it wrong. 75 years of Indian independence, so the score had to be 75. I will wait for about 5 seconds for one of you to press the buzzer once I've asked a question. But if none of you do so in 5 seconds, I will move on to the next question and the previous question would be invalid. Once your name appears on the buzzer, I will call out your name. Then you are supposed to immediately unmute yourself and give me the answer. You have 5 seconds of time to do so. You are not allowed to press the buzzer and then take your own time to give me the answer, because that would lead to blocking the question and that is not allowed in this quiz. The rest of the rules have been explained to you. Be careful with the buzzers. You cannot tell me you have pressed the buzzer by mistake. You will have to take a negative. So please be careful with the buzzers. Let's move on to the first round of our quiz, Celebrating India. Here we go. I have 12 questions for you in this round. All of them are visuals. I have corresponding questions to go along with those visuals. If you press the buzzer while I'm still reading out the question, I will stop reading out the question because you are indicating to me that you already know the answer. However, it's your choice on when you want to press the buzzer. Remember, only the winner from this semi-final will secure that last slot in that world final. Alright, so winning in this semi-final is important. Let's move on to the first question of this round coming up on your screen. Here we go. If you are passing through the Bogibeel Bridge, then which river are you crossing? Ayushman, go ahead.
Brahmaputra.
The Brahmaputra river is absolutely right, giving Ayushman his first plus 75. The Bogibeel Bridge from Assam, right answer, Brahmaputra gives him that plus 75. Moving on to the second question on your screen, here we go. Which Jyotirlinga out of the 12 revered Jyotirlinga shrines of Shiva is situated on the banks of the Narmada river? Shashwat, go ahead.
Ujjain.
Alright, taking a negative on that is Shashwat. The answer I was looking for is Omkareshwar. Omkareshwar would have given you the plus 75. I needed a very specific answer. Moving on to the third question. Coming up, here we go. African marigold is the state flower of which state of India? India has state flowers, state birds, emblems, official ones. So African marigold is the state flower of which state of our country? Shashwat, go ahead.
Is it Gujarat?
Absolutely right, plus 75 on that one. Gujarat giving Shashwat a plus 75. Moving on to question number 4 coming up on your screen now. Identify and name this town which was established. Ayushman, go ahead.
Orcha.
The question, ladies and gentlemen, identify and name this town which was established by Rudra Pratap Singh Bundela in the 16th century. Orcha is absolutely right and it gives Ayushman a plus 75. Orcha from MP there and Ayushman getting his plus 75. Moving on to question number 5 coming up on your screen. Here we go. Who is this thinker who led India in many fields including technology? Huge name from our country. Alright, 5 seconds of time is up. No one is going on this one. The answer I was looking for is Kiran Karnik. His name is Kiran Karnik. He has also been a president of NASSCOM in the past. Kiran Karnik is the right answer. Moving on to question number 6. Here we go. Identify and name the semi-classical Indian dance form that's on your screen. It has its origins in Odisha. Shashwat, go ahead.
Ma'am, this is Chow.
Chow is absolutely right, giving Shashwat a plus 75. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we have completed 6 questions of the first round. Let me quickly tell you where our contestants stand before we move forward. Scores as of now, ladies and gentlemen. Ayushman Dubey is on 150 points. Shashwat is on 75 points. He took negative a little earlier. That's the reason he's on 75 points now. Arnav and Shriyansh, both of them are on nil. Honestly, too soon to tell on who is going to make it through because many more questions remaining and nil is not a bad place to be. They only have to move into the positives and that is easier than moving into the positives from a negative score. Let's move on to question number 7 of this round. Coming up, here we go. Identify and name the Goan novelist who was recently awarded India's highest literary honor, the Jnanpith Award in 2021. Shashwat, go ahead.
Ma'am, is this Damodar Mauzo?
Damodar Mauzo is absolutely right. He gets a plus 75 on that one. He's a short story writer, script writer, novelist. He's done a lot of such literary work in our country. Damodar Mauzo from Goa giving Shashwat a plus 75. Moving on to question number 8 coming up. Here we go. What is the denomination of this note? Shashwat, again, go ahead, quick there.
This is the 200 rupees note.
200 rupees note plus 75 to you, absolutely right. The 200 rupee note featuring the Sanchi Stupa from Madhya Pradesh giving Shashwat a plus 75. Moving on to question number 9 on your screen. What is the rank of the person from the Indian Armed Forces from this clue? Arnav, go ahead.
It's captain. I'm sorry, it's actually group captain.
Taking a negative on this one is Arnav, minus 75 to you. You are not wrong about giving me a specific title. I was looking for a specific title, but the answer I was looking for here is Air Chief Marshal. If you look at what's on your screen, it's quite obvious that it was Air Chief Marshal that I was looking for, or at least something to do with the Air Force. All right, question number 10 coming up. Here we go. Who is this former finance minister of our country? Shashwat, go ahead. Quickly.
M. Chidambaram.
Give it to you. It is P. Chidambaram, but give it to you. Plus 75 on that one. He gets it right with Chidambaram. Moving on. Question number 11 coming up on your screen. Which famous Indian company? Shashwat, again, go ahead.
Asian Paints. Gattu was, I think, the mascot.
Plus 75 to you. Asian Paints is all I was looking for. Indian company in the paint sector giving Shashwat a plus 75. The last question from this round on your screen now. Who is this great businessman who passed on or passed away recently? Very recently, in fact. Oh. 5 seconds of time is up. No one going on the buzzer on this one. The answer I was looking for, not a difficult one, Rahul Bajaj. Rahul Bajaj is what I was looking for. Ayushman is smiling. I think he wondered if that's the answer but didn't go on the buzzer. Chairman Emeritus of the Bajaj Group, Rahul Bajaj. Ladies and gentlemen, let me quickly tell you where our contestants stand before we move into the next round of our quiz. Scores at this point in time. Shashwat is leading this quiz with 375 points. Ayushman is right behind with 150 points. Arnav took a negative. He has a little bit of work to do. Shriyansh on nil. 4 more questions remaining. I think it's still possible for someone like an Ayushman to force a tiebreaker, but let's see what happens. Let's move on to the next round of our quiz. India on your fingertips. Here we go. The rules of the game do not change. The only difference being nothing appears on your screen and you have to listen to what I have to say very carefully. So be careful about when you press the buzzer, because once you press the buzzer, I stop reading the question. And because there's nothing on your screen, there are no more clues that are available for you. So you choose when you want to press that buzzer. 4 more questions, only the winner makes it through. All right, first question of this round, here we go. The principal seat of Madhya Pradesh High Court is in which city? Shriyansh, go ahead.
Jabalpur.
Jabalpur is absolutely right, giving Shriyansh a plus 75. Moving on to the next question. Which state has got the GI certification for the following agricultural products? Bhalia wheat and Kesar mango. GI certification. Arnav, go ahead.
It's Uttar Pradesh.
Oh, we're taking a negative on that is Arnav. The answer I was looking for is Gujarat. Gujarat would have given you a plus 75. A GI certification, of course, is the geographical indication or indicator certification. Something like a Darjeeling tea or a Kolhapuri chappal come under the same category. Last 2 questions of this semi-final remaining. The penultimate question, here we go. Banas, Shipra and Parvati are all rivers which are tributaries of which river? Shreyansh, go ahead.
Chambal.
Last 75, beautiful answer by Shreyansh there, plus 75 to you. Last question remaining. The scores, ladies and gentlemen, Ayushman 150, Shreyansh has just started scoring, he too is on 150, Shashwat on 375. The last question of this quiz, here we go. Who was the first Prime Minister to use 7 Racecourse Road as his residence? Residence? Alright, no one is going on this one. The last question of the quiz goes unanswered. Time's up. The answer I was looking for is Rajiv Gandhi. He was the first Prime Minister to occupy 7 Racecourse Road as the residence of the Prime Minister. Well, ladies and gentlemen, with this, we conclude this 4th semi-final of the senior category. The results of this quiz, of course, with a whopping 375 points, Shashwat Mishra has made it through to the world finale. He is from the Sunbeam School, Varanasi, and he has secured that last slot that was available in the world finale. Ayushman tried chasing him down, so did Shreyansh, both of them on 150 points. Shreyansh started scoring a little later. If he had built some score in the beginning, it would have been possible for both Ayushman and Shreyansh to give Shashwat a run for his money. Arnav needs a little more work. I think he did not go on many questions where he could have got a positive score. But for now, Shashwat Mishra has made it through. Congratulations to you, Shashwat. Ladies and gentlemen, we have identified our all 4 finalists for the world finale of the senior category of India Inside quiz. If you haven't watched the rest of the semi-final, go back and watch all of them. They're extremely interesting and nail-biting. But for now, I will see you at the world finale that's coming up in a few days. Believe me, I have seen the caliber of all 4 finalists, and I think we are going to have to set a little difficult final for them. So I will see you at the world finale, and you stay tuned, and I will see you there. Take care. Bye-bye.